Killer Bees Ball with Jim Brinson and Howard Balzer, Tuesday night, 6 to 7 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060 and KDUS1060.com.
It's time for Brian's Corner with local NFL expert Vince's brother-in-law, Brian Gann. Get all your NFL updates from the pundit of the gridiron, the doctor of the locker room, the adorable oracle of football. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up for Brian's Corner.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show here on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. Vince DeLisio, your host. But I'm not the star of the show, and we have a new segment, folks, that we are introducing. We've made it our focus to cover youth, high school, college, and other activities out in the community. But we felt like we were missing a golden opportunity to present something that needed more coverage, and we found the perfect guy to present his expertise on pro football, and that's my brother-in-law, Brian Gann. Brian, good morning.
Good morning, Vince. How's it going out there in middle of nowhere, New Mexico?
Yeah, it's going. So, Brian, let's get something straight here. You are, in fact, my brother-in-law. You're not some actor. You are my brother. You are married to my wife's sister.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, all right. So, and there's no personal favors going on here. You truly are an NFL expert, right?
Yes, I am. I love the NFL game. I love it.
Okay. All right. So that being said, we got that out of the way. Now, let's talk about the Arizona Cardinals and the tandem of coach and quarterback. Tell us about Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray.
Okay, first I will start off with Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is going into his third season as the quarterback. This year he's got very high expectations. After last season, the Cardinals fell to 8-8 and missed being in the playoffs for the second consecutive year.
Okay.
And this year, Kyler, the Cardinals have brought in some veteran talent.
Okay.
And he's got a really good receiving core as of Hopkins. They got J.J. Green. They got Kirk. So
wow.
He's got a lot of offensive weapons.
Okay.
So
well, let's go back, and if I can interrupt you real quick, let's talk a little bit more about the coach, about Cliff Kingsbury. Are you a fan of Cliff Kingsbury?
Yes, Cliff is obviously came from Texas.
Yeah.
He's got this is his first season as a NFL coach.
Uh-huh.
And for this season, he's got a lot of expectations going into his third season as the coach. And he's actually in one of the toughest conference in the NFC West.
Yeah.
But Cliff drafted Kyler Murray in 2019. There was a video when they interviewed him in Texas, and one of the reporters said, when you become coach, who are you going to draft? And he said Kyler Murray.
And he said it right then and there, huh? Wow. Okay. Yeah. Didn't even try to hide it.
Nope. He didn't try to hide it. So he stuck with his guy. So that they're teaming up, and I see a lot of good things coming into the Cardinal season. And Kingsbury, he's an offensive-minded coach, and there's going to be a lot of great things out there in the Red Sea this fall. And they open up against Tennessee a week from Sunday. Wow.
So those of you that are just turning your radio on, you are not listening to Scott Van Pelt or to Marv Albert or Bob Costas. This is Brian Gann. This is my brother-in-law, the NFL expert of the family. Anytime I need any NFL insight, I go to Brian. I call him up, and it's not because he's my brother-in-law, but it's because he does truly know the NFL. Brian, okay, getting back to actually, you know what? There's a couple people that are on the line. That a couple callers here. Let's start with Nathan and Gilbert. Nathan, good morning, sir.
Oh, thanks for having me. Hello, thanks for having me on the show. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Wow, listen
Brian,
to that.
Yeah, Brian, love the segment. It's long overdue for NFL coverage on the program.
Appreciate it.
Listen to that.
Question about the Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald, he's been the face of the franchise for so many years. Not there anymore. Kind of a two-part question. One, do you see any chance of him returning mid-season? And two, what does not having Larry Fitzgerald mean for the Cardinals as an organization?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because Larry Fitzgerald is a 17-year vet. He brought a lot of good to the city, to the fans. He went to 11 Pro Bowls into his career. As of him coming back this season, I really don't see it as of right now. But obviously, us Cardinal fans would love to see him in red on Sundays, and he will be very missed. In my eyes, he's a Hall of Famer.
Outstanding. Thank you for the call, Nathan. Brian, I have another question for you. What does Cliff Kingsbury have to do this year? This is make or break for him. What does he have to do to keep his job?
Well, for one, Vince, he's got to win.
Yeah.
And as a third-year coach and his quarterback, they've got to stride and get in the playoffs. The Cardinals got to get in the playoffs. They haven't been in the playoffs since 2015. So the Cardinals are due. This is a big, big season for them, and there's going to be a lot of eyes focused on the Cardinals this season, and I'm really hoping that they are in the playoffs or somehow get into a wild card because they have the team. They really do. They brought in a lot of great veterans, and it's also about staying healthy. That's the most important thing. If you have a healthy team this season, the Cardinals will be a sleeper in the NFC. They're going to be good. The NFC's tough. You got Seattle. You got San Francisco. So the Cardinals are going to be good as long as they stay healthy. And Kyler has all his receivers, and Kyler has an offensive line, and they have worked on that in the off season. So that's very important.
Okay. It's a miracle, Brian. We've got another caller on the line that has a question for you. This is amazing. This is like the most callers I've ever had. And it's Mike from Southern California. Mike.
Hey, guys. Brian, Vince, how are you? Big fan of the show.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, I'm great. You know, I was just thinking, if things go south this season, I'm
for the show or for the Cardinals? Because I think we're already starting to head in that direction. But anyway, go ahead, Mike.
Okay, so Brian, can you imagine the Cardinals opening up like Kingsbury, opening up the quarterback position and picking up Cam Newton maybe, and then sort of watching to see if the Falcons maybe release Josh Rosen and just kind of just airing it out and maybe just having second thoughts about Kyler?
Actually, that's a great question. Actually, I would like if the Cardinals actually picked up Cam Newton as a backup, but it's up to Cam Newton because he's always been a starter. He's an MVP of the league, and I think he would be great to be behind Kyler Murray and see what happens because this is for a third-year quarterback coming into the league, this is a make it or break it to see how their future is going to go down the line for the Cardinals.
Wow. Yeah, make or break for sure. So let's talk about some of those impact players that just came in this year. You heard a lot of news about J.J. Watt. The naysayers are saying he's kind of on the downside of his career, but some folks obviously on the inside of the organization felt that he was a good risk. Talk about J.J.
J.J. Watt is a really good signing. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler. He's very good on the defense side of the ball. He puts a lot of pressure on the opposing quarterback. Also, he brings that leadership in the locker room to the younger guys coming into the league. And I really think if he stays healthy, he's going to have a breakout year.
Interesting. Okay, and what would be considered a breakout year for Watt? 20 sacks, 10 sacks, 3 sacks?
If he stays healthy, he's going to have 20 sacks, and this could be his 6th Pro Bowl.
Wow. Mike, are you still on the line? Mike from Southern California? No, I think we lost Mike. Okay.
No, yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. Mike, Do you have any follow-up questions for Brian on Brian's Corner?
Yeah, I do.
That don't involve insulting me.
I guess my big question is, what are you guys doing for the last weekend of summer? I'm heading for the beach.
Yeah, okay.
I'm headed
Brian,
to Vince's house on Monday.
Oh, there you go. All right. Good. Hopefully I'll be home then, but from this trip to Roswell, New Mexico. All right. So, Mike, thanks for calling. For those of you that have heard that voice before, that is Mike Beal from the Beachin' with Beal Southern California Surf Report, and he's also an NFL fan and a big Cardinals fan. So, thanks, Mike, for calling in. Folks,
No
that's
problem.
the end of another show. Brian's Corner, the debut. Brian, you did good, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I think we're going to have to make it a regular thing, and just remember me when you hit it big, okay? So that's my brother-in-law, Brian Gann, with the NFL Report. Folks, that wraps another Varsity Sports Show. Thanks again to our guests, and sorry for the technical difficulties early on here. Pulled over at a rest area on the way to Roswell, New Mexico. Got about 4 hours left to go. Looking forward to getting this done and calling a great game tonight for the Papago Pumas and New Mexico Military Institute, the Broncos. We are live streaming the game. Look for the links online, folks. Go to Varsity Sports Show on YouTube, and you'll find it. The other game is the Salt River Scorpions hosting the Maricopa Mustangs in their season openers tonight. Should be a lot of fun. Folks, thanks again. My mom for calling in. Thank you so much. Coach Sean Manning, Flagstaff Eagles. Thanks for Ryan Blank, play-by-play broadcaster for Canyon View, the Jag Nation. Thanks to Ryan Sikora, Coach Jason Mons from Saguaro, the SaberCats, big win last night. And, of course, thank you to Coach Vaughn Van Dam, Coach Brandon Payne from the HJCAC, Papago Pumas, and Salt River Scorpions. Folks, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Ed and Javon are up next right after us. And thanks again. Looking forward to being back here, same time, same place next week. Thanks to Aaron Decker, our producer, and thanks to you. This is Vince, Varsity Sports Show. I'm out. Have a great week. Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. Our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating a platform to promote young people in extracurricular activities and community outreach. If you are interested in partnering up with the Varsity Sports Show, find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or call or text us at 480-779-9437. The Varsity Sports Show, Arizona's home for youth, high school, college, and you.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Sky.